from...
I love that because you usually date younger guys or you're like no older than you, and he's definitely older than you.
Oh, no, but come on, it's Jared Leto. Come on now.
I know, but I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I thought you'd say somebody like Bieber.
No, hell no. Hi guys, welcome back to Scream Queen Stream. I'm your host, Heather Dorff.
And I'm Jessica Cameron.
And today we're going to be talking about meeting our celebrity crush while in the hot tub.
That's right, it's another hot tub story time.
We've had celebrity meetings, but I think this is specific. Your celebrity crush is something very specific. So yeah, you're lucky if you get to meet him, and I know I was, but it was okay. So I'll start with mine. Okay, so mine was actually Jared Leto, which, believe it or not, I crushed on him half my life.
I love that because you usually date younger guys or you're like no older than you, and he's definitely older than you.
Oh no, but come on, it's Jared Leto. Come on now.
I know, but I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I thought you'd say somebody like Bieber.
No, hell no.
Come on, we all know you have Bieber fever at times.
Oh, not like that. He's still a little too young, but there is a little too young aspect. That kid is on the too young and also too pompous, honestly. But anyways, no. So it's
Sorry,
Jared Leto.
Bieber. I was rooting for you.
No, and I forget the show he was in with Claire Danes, but goddamn, that show was so
My
good.
So-Called Life.
Yes.
It was popular. We had it in my country,
That's when it started. The crush on Jared Leto started there and never ended. But later on, like much later on in my adult life, I had met my friend Tina, and we just started getting to know each other. But how we ended up being friends was she was like, I don't know, we just ended up chatting, and we took an acting class together, and she was like, hey, I know we don't know each other that well, but I don't have anyone to go to see 30 Seconds to Mars, which is Jared Leto's band. She's like, would you be interested? And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I love Jared Leto, let's do this. And she was like, all right. So we ended up seeing it. We had an amazing time. But the thing is, she decided, she was like, hey, listen, you like Jared Leto as much as I do. We're going to see him. We can pay to actually meet him. And I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's do like a pay meet thing. Cool. So we ended up doing it. We ended up chatting. He was really, really sweet. We met him and his brother Shannon and the other guy in the band that I don't know because he's not as important. But Jared was really cute. He commented they thought we were cute and he thought we were sisters and all this like stuff. But that's not even the best part. What ended up happening...
Isn't she Asian?
Huh? Tina?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, never mind. Carry on.
She's white. No.
Okay,
Brunette,
so believable
too.
you were sisters.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Carry on.
Oh, totally believable. So what we ended up doing is we had dresses on and heels because we were meeting Jared Leto and getting pictures and stuff, right? And but I was like, we're going all the way up to the front. Like, we're gonna go to the very front, like right on the stage. There's like this gate. Like, we're gonna stand on that fucking gate and watch this whole show. We had to like push our way up and then like hold our own because like everyone wants to be on the gate, you know, for Jared Leto. But we do it, and she at times was like, maybe we should go back. Like, I'm tired. Like, we were in dresses and stuff. I'm like, no, bitch, we are staying right here for this whole show. And what's really freaking funny is, you know, the show is amazing. He's an amazing live singer, but he starts to get ready to sing The Kill, and he does like an introduction or something. I can't remember what he said, but the next thing you know, he backs up on stage, runs and jumps off the stage, clearing like, I don't know, 10 feet, and lands on the gate that we were on and reaches out to me and Tina and like asks us to help him. So we help him up, and he's like, you have to hold my legs. So we hold his fucking legs. Okay, I literally am holding his, almost touching his butt, okay? He then proceeds to sing the entire song of The Kill while me and Tina hold him up on this fucking gate. And it was honestly, like, fuck just meeting him. That was so much better. For one, that's one of his best songs. Two, I'm telling you, the man was gorgeous. It was back in his pink mohawk day, which normally I would never like on someone, but somehow he pulled off. But it was amazing, and it's something that me and Tina still reminisce about a little bit because it was amazing. It's like we not only got to meet him, but we literally got to hold him up during a whole song, and we were just so happy. It was amazing.
Do you still have that photo?
I have the photo, yeah. I can put it in here. Yeah, I'll insert it. Oh my god, it was amazing. But yeah, you know, I didn't get to like chat that much with him or anything like that. I mean, more than just, you know, a handful of minutes. But at the end of the day, it still is something I remember, and it was super fun, and I felt like the universe threw me a bone on that one. So yeah.
Okay, so I technically have two, and they're very different crushes. So the first one was I'll say the shorter one first. Okay. So obviously I was a Backstreet Boy fan. Right, clearly. I mean, where I come from, if you were a child in the 90s, you either liked Backstreet Boys or NSYNC. We were very divided. We were wrong. Like, evidently, guess which one won?
Yeah,
Like,
true.
Justin trumped
But
everything.
that's bullshit.
But he
though.
did it
Nick
like back
could've
in the
too.
day.
I know.
He was so the bottom choice. Like I felt like
I think so,
objectively,
too.
I'm like Nick is way better looking. So is AJ. Like
Yeah.
no. There's not a hope in hell of Justin doing. Like no. And even like I would get into arguments with like the Justin versus Nick, and I was like, you can't even compare them. And
It
now
was
to this
Edward
day,
and
you
Jacob
still can't
before.
compare them.
Yeah.
like you're still like there's Justin Timberlake and then who?
Yeah,
Okay, but
right.
that being
Right.
I still want to see them live in Vegas for the record. But that
Yes,
being
you
said, so I was in Toronto and I was working, and Nick was trying to do a solo career. So again, this is like when Nick and Justin were both trying to go off, but neither one was victorious. So I got a ticket, and because I somehow like made it to the front of the line and like to the front of the stage, and I got to go see him play. None of my friends would go with me because none of them liked them in college. They were all like over it. So I was working in the bar scene in Toronto, so I like asked my girlfriends, I was like, where are they going? Because like when you work in the bar scene of any city, you can easily find out this information, because keep in mind they have to like book in advance, because they'll book like a chunk of a VIP room.
Right.
So I found out where they were going afterwards, and me and my friends like went there, and I actually got to go into the VIP room, and I came like face to face with Nick, and we had like a moment where we locked eyes, and he like put his hand on my back, and then I put my hand on his back, and he had really bad back fat, which is gonna sound superficial, but let me just assure you it was really bad, and his face was like all cratery. And also I should clarify too, like his solo show was not great.
Yeah.
It was really not great. Pause. There's no sound, just in case. So I just like in that moment I was like, and I'm good.
Yeah.
And I was like, hi, I'm Jessica, great set. And he was like, thanks, and tried to talk. I was like, have a great night. But he was also like surrounded by these like really plain looking brunettes.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, if that's your thing, I'm like not your thing anyways. And then with the back fat, I was like, and I'm good. And then I just like went to go hang out with my friends.
Right.
And that was like the time that I met Nick Carter. And I was just like, it was like literally, I was like, and we're good now. I'm
Yeah,
good. I can
yeah.
leave. And it was just like, hi, I'm Jessica. Nice set. Okay, bye. He was like, I'm okay. But he seemed nice. I was just like in that moment, I was like, no, I'm not doing this.
Not
No.
worth it. If you met him in his heyday, I could totally see it. But yeah.
Well, that was like when he was, and like I said, I think it was like a bad time in his life, to be fair. Like he looks so much better now.
He does.
And admittedly super superficial, but I
Yeah.
mean, you're meeting your crush. It's
Yeah.
superficial moments.
It is superficial moments.
And also, like, again, like, you could see, like, as he's talking to me, there's, like, I don't even know, a bunch of, like, these plain Jane brunettes, like, being like, what is going on over there?
Oh, God.
You know? So there's that one.
Okay.
So, my second one was my older crush. So, I loved The Wishmaster as a child growing up, because Andy Divoff is phenomenal in that role. And in my opinion, one of the sexiest older men ever. Right? Like, he totally is. And he's a fucking genie. He can grant you wishes. Like, that's fucking fantastic. And he's so great in that role. So I had, like, a huge crush on him for forever. So one of my very first auditions was for Dead Matter, which was a film produced by Bob Kurtzman, directed by Edward Douglas. So, and if you want to hear that story, how I got cast, comment down below and we'll have to tell that story. That was my first like real acting job, and on that set I realized this is what I meant to do with my life, for the record. So I was on that set, and after I got cast I found out that Andy was going to be a part of it. And on my first day on set I have a scene with him and Jason Carter from, I don't know, like Babylon 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm in the scene, everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're so lucky. And I met them both, and they were both absolutely lovely, and Andy was such a sweetheart, and we chatted, and I was like, oh my god, he's so handsome, and he's everything I wanted him, like, he's everything I wanted him to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, was not the Wishmaster in that movie, but still, like, that
Yeah, of
charm, that
course.
charisma, that, like, just everything about him, I was just like, yeah. So then I had so much fun on that set. My character like survived, but she wasn't in any more scenes. But I had so much fun. I was like, can I do anything to help? And like, yeah, if you want to come back, we'll have to heavily make you up, but you can be a zombie. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna be a zombie. So I came back the next week, and this is in Mansfield, Ohio, and I was walking up to him. I was walking up to the reformatory where they filmed Shawshank Redemption. Really beautiful set. And I see him because he's such this beautiful statuesque man walking towards me. And in my head, I'm like, okay, Jessica, he's not going to remember you spoke last week. It's a huge film set. There's so many people.
Right.
Don't be offended if he doesn't recognize you. I know he's your crush. I know you've adored him for forever, but it's just, you know, professional. And to be fair, that's usually how it works. Like on a film set, you meet literally up to like 150 people, and they're all coming at you, and you're on little sleep as the film progresses. To expect somebody to remember you is just unrealistic.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, so I'm like, I'm gonna say hi to him and be professional. And I like get up to him and we're about 10 feet away and I hear him yell out, Jessica, is that you? You're back? And I was like, yeah, Andy, I'm back. And then we like talked and I just thought it was like the coolest thing that he remembered me and my name and our conversation from the week before.
Right.
And he was just everything that I wanted him to be and then some. And to this day, he's still one of the most charming, handsomest, dashing men I've ever seen in my life. Brilliant actor, and I will cast him at some point. Mark my words. But to me, like, it was a good example of like a crush that did not live up to expectations, story number 1, and a crush that definitely lived up to expectations, number 2.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it didn't for me with Sean Patrick Flannery. When I met him, he turned out to be a huge douche, which was real sad. Norman Reedus was great, but
we
Sean
talked
Patrick,
about that in another episode.
That was a different
so
episode.
Link it down below, or can't you link it to cue cards, or do you know how to do that, Editor Dorff? Can you like link it up somewhere?
No, it's on a YouTube. It's a pain in the ass. But yeah,
you should totally just link it, so I'm not doing this for no reason whatsoever.
No, I'm just gonna let you do that for no reason, and I'll link it down below.
You should do both.
Bye.
Wait, if you have a celebrity crush story that you've met, you should totally comment down below and let us know that we're not the only ones.
Yes.
And also, if you like us, if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button down below and also subscribe. 10 million bonus points if you join our Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, you can get signed swag, join our Google Hangouts, and a bunch of other cool things. We do giveaways every month and every quarter for all Patreons, and I'm going to burp. So definitely check that out. We couldn't do the show without the Patreon support, and if you are already on our Patreon, we thank you endlessly.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a good one. Thank you so much for checking out Scream Queen Stream. We hope you loved it as much as we do.
If you want to see more of our videos, check out our YouTube page. And while you're there, how about you subscribe? You want to see more? Just tweet us. Find us on Facebook. Join in on the fun.
And most importantly, if you really want to join us on this crazy ride, check out our Patreon page and become a patron for amazing, awesome perks that we give out monthly.
As well as early access to all of our videos.
Free giveaways.
And a whole lot more fun shit.
So check it out.
We'll see you there.
Stay bloody.
You stole my tagline.
I did.
You're a horrible friend.